If you're a man and you don't know how to fight, you're vulnerable, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Because fighting isn't about just violence, it's about responsibility. It's about being capable of defending yourself, your woman, your future kids, and your values. If you can't do that, then what exactly are you preparing for? Too many men today think that fighting is just for MMA guys, for cops, for security professionals. That's a lie. Fighting is foundational. It trains your discipline, sharpens your mind, your instincts, as well as builds resilience. This skill is required if you want to carry yourself like a real man in the real world. And if you're tired of feeling soft, tired of second guessing yourself in high stakes moments, tired of being unsure on whether or not you're able to hold your ground when it counts the most, then join my private coaching program. This is where we turn hesitation into confidence, weakness into strength, and fear into skill. The first link in the description will take you there. Hit it when you're ready to build yourself into a man no one wants to test. Fighting trains you to handle chaos without folding. When life hits you hard, how do you respond? Most men fold. They panic, freeze up, or crumble under the weight of pressure. You've seen it. Maybe you've even felt it. But that's exactly why learning how to fight changes everything. Because when you learn how to fight, you train your body and your mind to operate under pressure, not collapse beneath it. The chaos of fighting teaches you how to stay calm when adrenaline is pumping, when your fear creeps in, when things aren't going your way. You learn how to think clearly while moving fast, how to breathe while getting hit, how to stay focused when most guys feel overwhelmed. And this ability, it translates far beyond the gym or the mat. It shows up in arguments, business negotiations, emergencies, even day to day stress. You stop being reactive and you start becoming strategic. Because once you fought, like really fought, everyday pressures doesn't shake you the same way. Chaos will always be part of your life. Whether it's a fight, setback, a betrayal, or a crisis, it's coming. So you can either hope you'll figure it out, or you can prepare now. Fighting teaches you that control isn't found in avoidance. It's built through exposure. You face a storm again and again, and eventually you become the kind of man who thrives inside it. Fighting gives you a real reason to train like a man. Let's be honest. A lot of guys work out just to look good. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's surface level. If your entire motivation to hit the gym is abs and aesthetics, you're already going to fall off. You'll skip your workouts when you're tired. You'll start taking performance enhancing drugs just to look better. You'll slack when progress slows because vanity isn't strong enough to sustain real discipline. But when you fight, everything changes. Your training now has a purpose. It's not just about looking fit, it's about being functional. Every lift, every run, every meal is about making you stronger, faster, and more durable, as well as more dangerous. Suddenly, the gym becomes preparation, not just performance. You start caring about mobility, grip strength, endurance, and recovery. You focus on power instead of just appearance. You eat, sleep, and train like a man on a mission because you are. You know that one day your ability to handle yourself might matter more than anything else. And that shifts how seriously you take your physical preparation. This is where fitness transforms from a hobby into a lifestyle. You're no longer building a beach body, you're building a weapon, a body that can take hits, deliver force, and endure pressure. And the best part? The aesthetics follow. When you train like a fighter, you look like a fighter, lean, strong, and athletic. I'm not suggesting that you don't do resistance training. All I'm suggesting is that you also incorporate some form of self defense because it's not just a look, it's backed by real capability. And that's the difference between the guy who looks tough and the guy who is tough. Fighting eliminates insecurity like nothing else can. Every man carries some level of insecurity. It shows up in different ways, in overcompensation, in silence, in hesitation, in trying to impress. But all of it comes from one core place, not knowing if you're really capable when it counts. And until you confront that, you'll always feel like something's missing. Fighting forces you to confront it head on. The moment you step into a sparring session or roll on the mat, your ego takes a back seat. You're tested. You get hit, you get outworked, you get exposed. And as painful as that is, it's exactly what you need. Because after enough rounds, you stop being afraid, you stop pretending, you stop needing to prove anything to anyone. You've already faced yourself, you've already been broken down and rebuilt. And with that, your insecurities start to die. Not because you talked your way into confidence, but because you've earned it. You become grounded, clear, focused. You carry yourself with a different weight. People feel it. They don't know why, but they can tell this man has been tested. He's not afraid of pressure. He doesn't bluff. He doesn't shake. This is one of the most powerful transformations I see inside my private coaching program. Men who used to shrink in certain situations now walk in ready to lead, not with arrogance, but with certainty. If that's the shift you're looking for, the door is open. The first link is below. Let's kill that insecurity and build the man you were meant to be. Fighting forces you to become useful to people around you. Being a man isn't about showing off strength. It's about using it for something greater than yourself. And nothing forces that shift like learning to fight. Because once you develop the power, you start thinking differently. You stop asking, how do I look? And start asking, who can I protect? You look at your family differently. You walk with your woman differently. You show up for your brothers differently. Because deep down, you know, when things go wrong, they're looking at you. And if you're not ready, you failed them. That kind of pressure might scare some men, but the right kind of man rises to it. He trains harder, he sharpens his edge, he moves through life with a responsibility that other people feel. That's why fighting is so much more than a personal skill. It's a leadership trait. It builds trust. It makes you the guy that other people rely on. Not because you say you're strong, but because you've proven it. In combat, in character, in consistency. And here's the real beauty of it. When you live like that, everything else in your life levels up. Your standards rise. Your tolerance for laziness drops. Your sense of purpose grows because you're no longer just existing. You're protecting, you're leading, you're building. So ask yourself, are you useful? Are you prepared to carry that responsibility? Or are you still pretending that someone else will step up when things go south? Number 5, fighting changes how you view yourself forever. There's a shift that happens when you've been hit and didn't quit, when you've lost and came back, when you've trained for months and finally held your own against someone better. That shift, it doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. Suddenly, you're not the same guy who used to question himself. You're not overthinking every move, wondering if you're looking good enough. You know you're capable. You've proven it repeatedly in high pressure situations. That self-respect, that's not something someone can give you. You have to build it, you have to earn it. You also stop tolerating things that you used to accept. Bad habits, weak conversations, environments that drain you. You've seen what you're capable of, and now mediocrity doesn't sit well with you anymore. This is why fighting is not just a skill set, it's an identity shift. It turns you into the kind of man who no longer needs to posture. You're calm, collected, and focused. You know who you are, and that confidence radiates without saying a single word. Most men never experience that shift. They stay stuck in a loop of doubt, waiting for a breakthrough that never comes. You don't have to be one of them. You can start now. You can train. You can fight. You can step into the kind of strength that most men only talk about. You don't need to be the biggest guy. You don't need to be the most experienced. But you do need to know how to fight, because fighting isn't optional. Not if you want to be a real man. It's a responsibility. It's a mindset. It's a way of life. And if you're ready to stop playing defense and start building the kind of strength that changes how you live, lead, and carry yourself, then join my private coaching program today. Inside, we don't just talk about toughness. We train it. We build it. We live it. Hit the first link in the description below, and let's start turning you into the kind of man who's not just ready for the fight, but built for it. And I'll see you on the other side.